Today I want to show you what the media are doing to you. Watch TV, read some of the things you are receiving, and the issue is, what are your sources? The first source is the Bible. And then you read through and you will know a lot. And this concerns especially the territory that is now that of Israel and those that are adjacent. Jordan, Egypt, the Palestinian territories that were given to the people that wanted to have them some years ago. Now you find that there is a pattern going on in the news. First of all, let's choose which news we are going to share. Do you know that journalists are carefully scripted? They are given what to say and what not to say. And nowadays is more than before. Ever more. Ever more. Secondly, they tell you things that were given to them. The issue is, what are their sources? For example, anything concerning what is called Palestinian territory is given by people that are living there. Because the BBC, for example, has no journalists there. They are using people that are probably volunteers that are now sharing the news. And their credentials may not have been checked thoroughly. Of course, they have an opinion, but remember that a proper journalist is somebody that is trying to be as impartial as possible. Even though you may have an opinion, as a journalist, you are not expected to share that on public news. Now, I want to give you the latest examples of what is going on. My mission for some years and for the foreseeable future, as long as God gives me life, is to use every opportunity to get to the truth of every event and to share it. Whether it's the truth of salvation, the truth of hell and heaven, the truth of love, and the truth about events. And I want to encourage you to do what I do. Choose many sources from all angles. Read, sift through, decide which one to trust and which ones not to trust. For example, when ISIS was beheading Americans, nobody would have trusted ISIS if they had told you anything. But now, things have changed. So, let's look at this. On Sunday, Israel's Air Force carried out a strike in Rafah, targeting 2 senior Hamas commanders, which it had been tracking by aerial surveillance to a compound, and it was found in Tal al-Sultan. And if you look at the map from Gaza, you can see that Israel told people from Rafah town to move out, and he provided tents and a humanitarian area chosen for its location to make sure that no strike, no bombing, no combat would take place within this area. So the people relocated, but remember that they were telephoned personally, they were sent leaflets in Arabic, they were told repeatedly in several places to move. There are some that refused to move, and some were prevented from moving by Hamas. Now they moved, and all the people in that area were living in tents. The place that was stricken by Israel was clearly on the map outside that humanitarian area. it was on the west of it. So it was not in the area. And the reason why the strike took place was that it was meant to target two senior Hamas leaders. And that was successful because they died. But of course, you know that the other side of the war, there are people that are using humans as human shield, because life for them has no meaning. If you read the Quran, you know that they prefer death to life, because that's the shortest guarantee to go to heaven. And so these people were attacked and killed. The weapons that were used, according to verified sources, were small in targeting. They were not huge bombs. They were not supposed to flow through a very wide area. All that was targeted was 1/10, just one. But according to interrogations that went, telephone surveillance and all the rest, it was found that the reason for the devastating fire that killed, according to Hamas, we don't know the truth, 45 people, was that there was an adjacent fire. So when this tent was targeted, by the side, there was a huge pile of armaments, grenades, and all the rest. So this was touched, obviously, because it was what these men were keeping to continue the battle. And remember that that strike followed the strike from Hamas from Rafah to Tel Aviv. Several long-range missiles that created havoc there in Tel Aviv. So that was a response. Let's find the place it comes from. And they found this and struck it. So the fire touched from the strike, touched this pile of armaments, weapons, and set it on explosion. That was an unintended result. But Hamas knew. And because they were very close, they were outside the humanitarian area, but they were quite close. Maybe some 2 kilometers away, according to reports. The fire from the ammunitions spread through, and before people could stop it, it touched people. So what happened? First, we were not given any map by the BBC and other main informations. Secondly, the information that the people got, the public, was incomplete, because there was no link that was made between the missiles from Hamas to Tel Aviv, the targeting of Hamas leaders, and the place they were. And of course, there was no one at the moment that discovered that there was that pile of ammunitions. So what you get is either no truth at all, or partial truth, twisted, incomplete. That is just one example. I am for the truth, because Jesus said, I am the truth. He is the truth, I am the truth, I must be the truth. Nothing but the truth. Just to court, go to court and said, nothing but the truth, the whole truth. And then people start lying. I will never lie. God forbid. So, next time you hear something, check. Don't believe anything that you hear. Go and find out. The worldwide is full of information. The issue is where to get it. But you have to get as many as possible on the same event. Sift through Wait. Check and counter-check. And then you will know the truth. And the truth, even that, will set you free. Bless you.